Good morning again, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing another video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And this is going to be a case for men waiting to be approached by women. Either way is acceptable, obviously, in a cultural sense. Nowadays, we've made a lot of progress. We being, modern society have made a lot of progress in the way of rights on the part of women being allowed to do pretty much everything and every job that a man can do, with very few exceptions. There's still a traditional lingering expectation that men should step up at some point and approach a woman, or possibly, pay for the date. There's some traditional stuff still going around, which is fine. Not judging, not criticizing or anything, but I am saying that there's a case to be made for a man waiting. And this is not very common. It's not entirely common for a man to wait for a woman to approach him. It sounds perhaps counterintuitive or counterproductive, doesn't it? But there's a good reason sometimes for this to happen. Here's the reason. There is something known about evil. I hate to use the word because it's one of those hot button words. People are, oh, no, evil. It makes no sense. It's a meaningless word, like morality, like ethics, like, a lot of words that are debatable or subject to opinion, that kind of thing. But evil's not unmeasurable. Evil is very clear and defined for me. The meaning I'm using is that which contains the seeds of its own destruction, that which is typically based on short-term profitability, something that is designed or expected to fall apart based on lies, cheating, stealing. At its core, those kind of things, pretty obviously wrong. Evil was another word for it. Not mysterious, not vague, but here's the thing. She may have a perfect body. She may be perfect in every conceivable way, but if she's evil, well, that's a liability. Here's the point. If I have business to do in any general sense, and the people in my life, be they romantic connections or not, are untrustworthy, if they have divided purposes, that is to say, multiple loyalties, perhaps conflicted loyalties, conflicts of interest is another way to describe it, then I would be better off not being around them, regardless of how they look, right? Regardless of how fit they are, or how muscular their booty is, so to speak. So there's more to learn about a person than what they look like, I hope. If you're going to spend even one moment with them and you have anything of importance going on, it makes sense to at least do a cursory, get to know you kind of thing, right? You heard the expression, buy me dinner first. There's a reason for that on both sides, actually. A really good reason. And this is all summed up by one point. I'm kind of leading to this point. And the point is that in a heart without fear, evil can find no purchase. I'm going to say that twice. In a heart without fear, evil can find no purchase. So for me, it becomes a question of, is she a coward? That's a deal breaker. I'll be honest. And I won't ever know that in advance. I will never know if she's a coward until we meet. And I'm not looking for recklessness. I'm not looking for, whether it's meant to be long-term or not. If she's the kind of person who is besties with someone who is going to stab me in the back, who's going to betray me themselves, or, her, and indirectly or directly, that's a deal breaker, right? It should be. It very much should be. Unless I have literally nothing going on. Sadly, that's the case for many men. And I think that's why they're so open to the possibility of one-night stands and such, because they got nothing going on. They got nothing to lose, right? Well, what if somebody wanted to surround themselves with people that they could count on at least a little bit for however long it's supposed to be? Well, that would require perhaps waiting. If a woman has the courage to approach you, that's a powerful vote of confidence right off the bat. And if you don't want to waste your time, if you don't want to get in trouble with somebody who is duplicitous, for lack of a better word, unscrupulous, if you're searching for stuff, you're going to pick up some bait sometimes. Here's the thing, if you're out on the hunt, on the prowl, you're going to find some traps, because there's plenty of them. However, if you're inclined to let things happen naturally and organically when they should. There's nothing unnatural about a woman approaching a man, if you ask me. And like I said, that is a strong, strong point in her favor if she has the courage to do that. You'll find that most evil people have no courage for the reason I just said. In a heart without fear, evil can find no purchase. That cannot be overstated. Reach out if you like with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.